Hello, my name is Jen and this is Beast Has a Plants, where we talk about all things houseplant and home design. Welcome back. We did it, guys! So today is going to be the last episode of my series, the Houseplant Alphabet. This is a series where I introduce you to my houseplants, talk about my experience growing them and what conditions they're currently growing in my home. If you want to watch the other 25 episodes of this series, I have made a playlist. I'll link it right here for you. I'll take you to all of the other videos that I have made. I'm so happy that I have completed this series. It's been a lot of fun, but I'm also ready to make other type of videos now than just like short informational videos. So hopefully we'll be able to make some very fun videos for the rest of this month. All right, with that being said, today is going to be Z is for ZZ plant. So this is the Raven ZZ. It is a form of the ZZ plant, but it's a regular green leaves. It has all black leaves. I got this plant when it was super hyped. Now it's actually a fairly common plant. They're not that hard to find anymore, especially if you live in a state where they stock Costa Farms in your big box stores. I've seen a lot of people find like very big 6-inch pots of the ZZ for like under 20 bucks. I unfortunately overpaid kind of a little bit for this plant, but it's okay. So the first thing you should know about this plant is that it is a very slow grower. I didn't really expect that. I don't really consider the regular ZZ plant to be a very slower. I did get the regular ZZ after I got this plant. I haven't had the regular ZZ for that long. I think we've only had it for like 3 months. It's not in this room. It's in my mom's bathroom because technically it's her plant. And I feel like this plant is significantly slower than that plant. In the past year, I got this plant in January of 2020. In the past year, it has grown this stalk. That was it. I got it with these 4 leaves and it grew these 5 leaves, total of 1 stalk. That's it. And the growth pattern for the ZZ is instead of putting out 1 leaf at a time, it'll develop the entire stalk at once, and then it'll unfurl all of the leaves kind of like at once. So I understand that it will be kind of a slower grower than, you know, maybe some plants that grows a leaf at a time, but like a year and 1 stalk? That's a really slow growing plant. And when the plant grows, when it comes out, the leaves are actually a very kind of like chartreusey green color, and then they darken over time. And I did find like the darkening process really fun to watch. But once again, such a slow grower. So let's talk about conditions. So it's currently on this plant shelf. It is, I think, right here. I moved it recently, so it's right here now. It used to be down here, but I think it's cool because it has kind of a height to it and it's a little bit of a different color, so I think it looks really cool displayed on a shelf, especially to give some contrast with just like a lot of green. This is a very tolerant plant. You can kind of give it a pretty wide range of conditions and it'll be perfectly happy. I have it in a quite bright area right now, but it can definitely withstand even a low light condition. It's obviously not going to thrive in a low light condition, but it will definitely tolerate it. I think this variety as well as the regular ZZ plant are both considered very easy house plants. For watering, it is quite drought tolerant, and I don't know if this is a good thing, but it is not very vocal about when it needs to be watered, which makes it a little bit more difficult in terms of determining whether or not your plant needs to be watered, but it's very drought tolerant. So even if you go a little bit longer without watering, the plant will bounce back just fine. I haven't had any issues with the plant dropping leaves or anything like that when it has been underwatered, and it's definitely been underwatered under my care before. I don't tend to overwater this plant, so don't really know if it's like prone to root rot or anything like that, but yeah. Okay, so for humidity, it definitely does not need any extra humidity at all. I have it in currently ambient room humidity, which for me is 50%. It definitely does not need more. I'm sure it'll like more if you want to give it more, but it's definitely not necessary at all. And then for propagation, these are often propagated by division. That's probably the quickest and easiest way to divide this plant, but it can also be propagated with a leaf cutting as well as a stem cutting. You just put it in some water, like if you cut it on the stem, you put it in a tiny bit of water, same with the leaves, and then it will develop tubers. It can take a little while longer to propagate via a stem cutting or a leaf cutting because this plant grows from tubers, so it has to develop the tubers versus if you were just dividing the plant, like if it had multiple stalks and you just divide it into 2 different pots, it would already have a tuber and some established roots, so it would be quicker to propagate that way. I'm gonna be honest that although the leaves of this plant it's like black, it's quite black, I don't think that it's that much darker than the regular ZZ plant. Like the green on the regular ZZ plant is also quite dark. So unless you want like a very, very true black plant and that's why you were purchasing this plant, it's just like the look of this plant, I would definitely recommend that you pick up the regular ZZ plant. It is, you know, just as easy to take care of, if not easier, and it grows a lot quicker. So would highly recommend this plant in general. Okay, so that's all I had to tell you about this plant. Thank you guys so much if you watched this entire series. Thank you for watching the entire series. I really, really appreciate it. Alright, for the last time for the Houseplant Alphabet series, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!